All right, let's dive into the best Singapore neighborhoods, especially for those business trips you've got coming up.
Sounds good.
We've got like a ton of hotel reviews,
Yeah.
neighborhood guides, those insider tips, all that good stuff to help you figure out where to stay.
Perfect.
Singapore has a little something for everyone, it seems.
Absolutely.
From that crazy futuristic skyline over Marina Bay to like the cultural heart of Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll break down what makes each neighborhood kind of special.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thinking about how easy it is to get to your meetings, different hotels for different budgets,
Right, of course.
business amenities, all that.
Okay.
And then, gotta have some fun after work, right?
Right, of course.
So, okay, let's kick things off in Marina Bay,
Right.
home of that,
Yeah.
legendary Marina Bay Sands,
Yeah.
with that infinity pool on top.
Yes.
It's like a giant spaceship just landed there.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, I've always wanted to, take a dip in that pool
Right.
overlooking the city.
Yeah, it's definitely a bucket list experience.
Oh, yeah.
But it's interesting because even though Marina Bay Sands is, known for being super luxurious,
Yeah.
you also have the Park Royal Collection, Marina Bay, which is like all about
Okay.
eco-conscious luxury
Interesting.
with their sky gardens and sustainable design.
Oh, cool.
It shows how Singapore caters to all those different values, even within the high-end market.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And for anyone traveling for business, Marina Bay being right next to the central business district is super convenient.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can practically roll out of bed and into your meeting.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's scoot over to Orchard Road.
Okay.
Now, it's known as a shopper's paradise, but is it a good spot for business travelers too?
Well, the hotel reviews we looked at show a pretty interesting mix.
Okay.
You've got that luxurious Four Seasons with its, top-notch service,
Yeah.
but it's got a pretty formal atmosphere.
Right.
And then you've got the historic Goodwood Park Hotel,
Yeah.
which is a lot more relaxed.
Cool.
And they have that renowned afternoon tea service,
Oh, nice.
which is perfect for those informal business chats.
Yeah.
And then if you're watching your budget, the Holiday Inn Express Orchard Road provides a really comfortable stay without that hefty price tag.
So there's really a hotel for every style and budget on Orchard Road.
It seems that way.
What about the food scene there?
Yeah.
Is it all fancy, expensive restaurants?
Well, Orchard Road's got a real mix of both.
Okay.
But if you're looking for something a little more intimate after a long day of meetings,
Yeah.
Emerald Hill Road is a good one to check out.
Okay.
It's tucked away just off the main shopping street,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got these charming heritage buildings with cozy bars and restaurants.
Sounds like a hidden gem.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's switch gears to the central business district, like the heart of Singapore's corporate world.
Yeah.
I imagine this is where, all the serious business goes down.
Absolutely. You're surrounded by skyscrapers full
Yeah.
of major companies, and the hotels there definitely reflect that fast-paced energy.
Yeah.
The Fullerton Hotel, for example, it's this historical landmark.
Oh, wow. All right.
Exudes grandeur.
Cool.
Amazing views of the Marina Bay waterfront.
Right.
And if you want to, step back in time, you can actually stay in the Straits Club rooms, which used to be the offices of high-ranking officials.
Oh, wow. I bet those rooms have some stories to tell.
Probably, yeah.
But what if you're looking for a hotel in the CBD that's, a bit easier on the wallet,
Right.
but still stylish and comfy?
Mm-hmm. The Ibis Singapore on Bencoolen is a really good option.
Okay.
It's close to the Bencoolen MRT station, so easy to get around the city.
Mm-hmm.
And it offers, comfy accommodations without breaking the bank.
So even right in the middle of the CBD, there are options for budget-conscious travelers.
For sure.
Okay, we've talked about luxury and convenience, but what about culture?
Yeah.
I'm curious about Chinatown and that blend of old and new you get there.
Yeah, Chinatown is fascinating. You could be walking through these traditional Chinese medicine shops 1 minute
Yeah.
and then stumble upon some colorful street art the next.
Wow.
It's really a feast for the senses.
Cool.
And when it comes to places to stay, there's everything from backpacker hostels
Oh, wow.
to luxurious hotels
Okay.
like Capri by Fraser China Square
Mm-hmm.
with its modern design,
Yeah.
or the Scarlet Singapore,
Okay.
housed in this beautifully restored heritage building.
The Scarlet Singapore sounds right up my alley.
Really?
Yeah, but with all these incredible hotels, I'm starting to get hungry.
Right.
What are some must-try food experiences in Chinatown?
Oh, for authentic and affordable meals.
Yeah.
You can't beat those hawker centers.
Right.
Like Maxwell Food Center
Uh-huh.
and Chinatown Complex Food Center. They've
Oh.
got this incredible variety of local dishes, from
Yeah.
Haney's chicken rice to spicy laksa.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good.
And if you're looking for something a little more upscale
Right.
for a business dinner or something,
Mm-hmm.
Anshang Road and Club Street
Yeah.
has some great spots.
Yeah, they do.
Chinatown definitely sounds like a neighborhood where you can experience the true spirit of Singapore.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm intrigued by this next one on our list,
What's that?
Tanjong Pagar.
Oh, yeah.
It's described as this like blend of old world charm
Mhm.
and contemporary flair.
Yeah,
Apparently a foodie's paradise.
it is. Tanjong Pagar is definitely a haven for food lovers.
Okay.
It's known for its trendy cafes, award-winning restaurants,
Wow.
lively bars.
Okay.
If you want a unique hotel experience,
Yeah.
the ST signature Tanjong Pagar offers stylish and modern rooms, while the Duxton Reserve Singapore brings that touch of luxury,
Mm-hmm.
beautifully restored shop houses.
So even though it's known for its food scene,
Yeah,
Tanjong Pagar still offers a variety of accommodation styles.
for sure.
What else is there to see and do in this area?
Well, if you want a glimpse into Singapore's history,
Yeah.
you can explore the historic Tanjong Pagar railway station.
Okay.
It's beautifully preserved,
Cool.
and it used to be where trains arrived from Malaysia.
Oh, wow.
It's a national monument now,
Okay.
and a reminder of Singapore's rich history.
That sounds like a fascinating place to visit.
It is.
Speaking of history meeting modernity, let's move on to Clark Quay,
Right?
which is like the center of Singapore's nightlife.
Yes,
I'm guessing this is where you go to unwind after work?
exactly. Clark Quay really comes alive at night.
Okay.
Riverside location, tons of restaurants, pubs, clubs.
Cool.
If you're into partying,
Yeah.
there's the legendary Zouk nightclub.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
And if you prefer something more relaxed,
Mhm.
you can grab a drink at one of the many bars with live music.
So something for everyone, even those who aren't into the club scene.
Pretty much, yeah.
What about hotels in this area?
Okay.
Are they all like geared towards nightlife or are there other options?
You'll find a good mix in Clark Quay,
Okay.
from the luxurious Paradox Singapore Merchant Court
Mm.
with its amazing riverfront views
Right.
to the more budget-friendly Park Hotel, Clark Quay,
Okay.
which is stylish and centrally located.
It seems like Clark Quay has a lot to offer, even beyond the nightlife.
Yeah, definitely.
But now I'm curious about Bugis and Kampong Glam, which are described as like vibrant and hip neighborhoods.
Yeah.
What makes them stand out for business travelers?
Well, Bugis and Kampong Glam are known for their, youthful energy
Okay.
and trendy vibes.
Mhm.
You'll find independent boutiques, street art,
Cool.
and a wide range of restaurants and cafes.
Nice.
It's a great spot to experience the local culture and enjoy a more laid-back atmosphere compared to, the bustling CBD.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds like the perfect way to unwind after a hectic day.
for sure.
What are some of the hotel options in Bugis and Kampong Glam?
Well, there's everything from budget-friendly hostels,
Mhm.
like the Q Boutique Capsule Hotel,
Okay.
to more luxurious options,
Right.
like the Park Royal on Beach Road.
Cool.
And for a charming stay in a heritage building, there's Hotel Nouveau,
Oh, nice.
which has that unique mix of old-world charm and modern amenities.
It's amazing how Singapore offers such variety,
Yeah.
even within the same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm curious to explore Sentosa Island,
Okay.
which sounds like a whole different world
Yeah, it kind of is.
compared to the bustling city center.
Right.
What's it like?
Well, Sentosa Island is a resort destination
Okay.
known for its beaches, theme parks,
Cool.
luxury hotels.
Nice.
It's perfect for mixing business and pleasure.
Mm.
You can relax and unwind after those busy meetings.
I'm already picturing myself like sipping a cocktail on the beach.
Sounds good to me.
But what if you're looking for something, more active?
Right.
What else is there to do on Sentosa Island?
You could play a round of golf at the Sentosa Golf Club,
Okay.
explore the underwater world at the SEA Aquarium,
Oh, wow.
or spend a day at Universal Studios Singapore.
Cool.
And of course, there are those beautiful beaches
Yeah.
like Siloso and Tanjong,
Right.
perfect for soaking up some sun
Right.
or taking a dip in the ocean.
Sentosa Island really does sound like the perfect blend of business and leisure.
It is.
But with all these incredible neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
How do you even decide where to stay in Singapore?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
That's where our deep dive comes in handy.
right.
We've given you a taste of what each neighborhood has to offer,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's up to you to figure out what your priorities are.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Do you, need to be close to your meetings? Are you looking for luxury or are you on a tighter budget?
right.
Do you want to be in the heart of the action?
Yeah,
Or do you prefer something more relaxed and cultural?
it all depends.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Once you've got your priorities straight, you can narrow down your choices and start planning your trip.
Exactly. And don't forget, Singapore has an amazing public transportation system.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So getting around between neighborhoods is super easy.
The MRT is a lifesaver.
It really is.
It's clean, affordable, and it connects you to everything.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so easy to just hop on a train and explore different neighborhoods
Absolutely.
without any hassle.
Yeah, it's great.
And speaking of exploring,
Yeah,
we've only scratched the surface here.
right?
There's so much more to discover in each of these neighborhoods. Welcome back to our deep dive into Singapore's best neighborhoods for business travelers. In the last part, we explored each neighborhood's unique vibe. Now let's get down to specifics. What are some standout hotels and attractions that you think our listeners should know about?
Great question. Let's revisit Marina Bay.
Okay.
We talked about the iconic Marina Bay Sands and its infinity pool. But you're right, there's so much more to this hotel than just a pool. It's like a mini city with a luxury shopping mall, a world-class casino, and even a theater showcasing Broadway productions.
Wow, it's like you never have to leave. But I'm guessing a hotel like that might not be the best fit for a business traveler on a tight budget.
You're right, Marina Bay Sands is definitely a splurge. But for a budget-conscious traveler who still wants to be in the heart of Marina Bay, the Mandarin Oriental Singapore is worth considering. It's a 5-star hotel with stunning views of the city skyline and a more affordable price point.
That's good to know. And while we're in the area, is there anything besides the hotel itself that you would recommend checking out in Marina Bay?
If you're interested in art and architecture, the Art Science Museum is a must-visit. It's right next door to Marina Bay Sands and has these incredible exhibitions that blend art, science, and technology.
I've heard great things about that museum. Now let's move on to Orchard Road. We talked about the range of hotels, but are there any specific ones that you think our listeners should know about?
If you're looking for a luxurious experience with a focus on wellness, the Four Seasons Hotel Singapore is a great choice. They have a beautiful rooftop pool with panoramic city views, and their spa is renowned for its relaxing treatments. But some of the reviews we read mentioned that the atmosphere can feel a bit too formal for some business travelers.
So it sounds like it might not be the best place for a casual business meeting or a relaxed evening after work.
Exactly. If you prefer a more laid-back vibe but still want a taste of luxury, the Goodwood Park Hotel is a great alternative. It's a historic landmark with beautiful gardens and a famous afternoon tea service, perfect for a more informal business chat.
Goodwood Park Hotel has been on my list for a while. That afternoon tea sounds delightful. Now, shifting to the Central Business District, we talked about the Grand Fullerton Hotel. Are there any hidden gems within that hotel that our listener might not know about?
The Fullerton Hotel is a historic building with a fascinating past. It used to be the General Post Office, and some of the original architectural details have been preserved. You can actually take a heritage tour of the hotel to learn more about its history.
That's really cool. It's like stepping back in time. But let's say you're a business traveler who's looking for a more modern and tech-savvy hotel experience in the CBD. Are there any options that stand out?
The Westin Singapore is a great choice for tech-savvy travelers. They have these high-tech rooms with smart lighting and temperature controls, plus a business center that's open 24/7. It's perfect for staying connected and productive while on the go.
That sounds like a perfect blend of modern amenities and a focus on productivity. Now let's head back to Chinatown. We talked about those charming heritage hotels. Are there any specific ones that you would recommend?
The Scarlet Singapore is definitely a gem. It's housed in a row of beautifully restored shop houses and has this chic, modern design. Plus, the rooftop restaurant offers stunning views of the Chinatown skyline.
Oh, I bet those views are incredible, especially at night. Now, aside from the hotels, is there any one attraction in Chinatown that you think our listeners should make time for?
The Buddha Tooth Relic Temple is a must-visit. It's an architectural masterpiece and a significant place of worship for Buddhists. The temple houses a sacred relic believed to be a tooth of the Buddha, and it's a truly awe-inspiring sight.
It sounds like a peaceful escape from the bustling streets of Chinatown. Now let's move on to Tanjong Pagar, our foodie paradise. We talked about trendy cafes and restaurants, but what about hotels in the area? Are there any that capture that same trendy modern vibe?
The Oasia Hotel downtown is a standout choice. It's known for its striking red facade covered in lush vertical gardens. It's like an urban oasis in the heart of Tanjong Pagar.
That sounds incredibly unique, and it probably attracts a certain type of traveler, someone who appreciates design and sustainability.
You're exactly right. The Oasia Hotel downtown caters to a more design-conscious crowd. They have a rooftop infinity pool, a gym with panoramic city views, and even an organic restaurant.
It sounds like they've thought of everything. Now, let's say our listener is a history buff who wants to experience the heritage of Tanjong Pagar. What would you recommend?
Aside from the Tanjong Pagar railway station, which we mentioned earlier, I'd recommend exploring the shop houses along Duxton Hill. They've been beautifully preserved and now house trendy boutiques, art galleries, and restaurants. It's a great way to see how the neighborhood blends old and new.
It sounds like a perfect way to spend an afternoon just wandering around and soaking up the atmosphere. Now let's shift gears to Clark Quay, our nightlife hotspot. Are there any bars or clubs that you think our listeners should check out?
Clark Quay has so many options, but if you're looking for a classic Singapore experience, I'd recommend heading to Boat Quay. It's just a short walk from Clark Quay and has this lively atmosphere with outdoor bars and restaurants right along the Singapore River.
I can already picture myself enjoying a drink by the river, watching the boats go by. Now, let's say our listener is looking for a more cultural experience in Clark Quay. Is there anything you would recommend?
The Asian Civilizations Museum is a great option. It's located right in the heart of Clark Quay and has a fascinating collection of artifacts and exhibits showcasing the diverse cultures of Asia.
That sounds like a great way to learn more about the region's history and heritage. Now let's move on to Bugis and Kampong Glam, our vibrant and hip neighborhoods. We talked about the trendy shops and cafes, but are there any specific ones that stand out?
Haji Lane is a must-visit. It's a narrow street lined with colorful shop houses that have been converted into independent boutiques, vintage clothing stores, and quirky cafes. It's a great place to find unique souvenirs and soak up the bohemian vibe.
It sounds like my kind of street. I love exploring those hidden alleyways and discovering unique shops. Now, aside from shopping, is there anything else that our listeners should check out in Bugis and Kampong Glam?
The Sultan Mosque is a stunning landmark that dominates the Kampong Glam skyline. It's one of Singapore's most important mosques and a beautiful example of Islamic architecture.
It sounds like a beautiful place to visit, even if you're not Muslim. Now, let's escape to Sentosa Island, our resort paradise. We talked about the luxurious hotels, but is there one that really captures the essence of Sentosa?
The W Singapore Sentosa Cove is a stylish and modern resort with a playful energy. It's known for its vibrant design, its private beach, and its lively pool parties.
It sounds like the perfect place to let loose and have some fun after a busy day of meetings. Now, for those who are seeking a bit of adventure, what activities would you recommend on Sentosa Island?
Universal Studios Singapore is a popular choice. It's a theme park with rides and attractions based on popular movies and TV shows.
That sounds like a fun way to escape from reality for a while, and of course there are those beautiful beaches to enjoy. But Sentosa Island can be quite pricey. What if our listener is looking for a more affordable way to experience the island?
There are actually a lot of free things to do on Sentosa. You can take a stroll along the Sentosa Boardwalk, which connects the mainland to the island and offers stunning views of the harbor. Or you can relax on one of the beaches and enjoy the sunset.
Those are great tips. It's good to know that you can experience the beauty of Sentosa Island without breaking the bank. Now, we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive. We've explored specific hotels and attractions within each neighborhood, giving our listener a more detailed look at what each area has to offer.
And remember, these are just a few highlights. There's so much more to discover in each of these neighborhoods.
Exactly. And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll provide some practical tips and advice to help our listener plan their trip and make the most of their time in Singapore. But before we move on, I want to remind our listener that the best way to choose a neighborhood is to consider their own preferences and priorities.
Absolutely. Think about what's important to you: convenience, luxury, budget, cultural immersion, and then choose the neighborhood that best aligns with your needs.
Welcome back for the final part of our deep dive into Singapore's best neighborhoods for business travelers. We've toured the unique character of each area, highlighted some standout hotels and attractions, and now it's time to get practical. Let's make sure your trip is as smooth and enjoyable as possible.
Excellent idea.
Oh.
Let's start with the essentials. Before you even pack your bags, it's crucial to check visa requirements.
Yes. The dreaded visa. Does our listener need one for Singapore?
Well, a lot of countries have visa-free entry for, short business trips to Singapore.
Okay.
But it's always best to double-check those specific requirements.
Right.
Based on your nationality. You
Yeah.
don't want to be caught off guard at the airport.
Absolutely. It's better to be safe than sorry. Now, once our listener lands in Singapore, what's the best way to navigate this amazing city-state?
Singapore's public transportation is, world-renowned
Yeah.
for its efficiency.
Right.
The MRT, or Mass Rapid Transit, is going to be your best friend.
Okay.
It's clean, affordable, and covers pretty much the entire island, connecting you to all those major neighborhoods and attractions we've been talking about.
I love how easy the MRT is to use.
Yeah.
Just grab an Easy Link card, top it up, and you're good to go. Speaking of money matters, what about currency exchange? Should our listener exchange money at the airport, or are there better options?
You can exchange at the airport,
Okay.
but you might find a better rate at money changers in the city.
Okay.
However, a lot of places in Singapore, especially hotels and restaurants, accept major credit cards.
Right.
So you might not need that much cash.
That's good to know. But it's always good to have some local currency.
Yeah, that's
Especially for those, smaller shops or hawker centers where you
Right.
want to grab a quick bite. Speaking of packing, any tips for our listener on what to pack for Singapore's climate?
Well, Singapore's got a tropical climate,
Mm-hmm.
so hot and humid year-round.
Right.
Pack light, breathable clothing.
Okay.
And don't forget a good umbrella.
Oh, yeah. Why the umbrella?
Sudden downpours are common, especially during the monsoon season.
Oh, yes. Those tropical showers can be quite intense. It's like the sky opens up for a few minutes and then it's sunny again. Now let's switch gears to business etiquette. Any tips on navigating those all-important meetings in Singapore?
Punctuality is, super important
Okay.
in Singaporean business culture.
Right.
Always be on time for your meetings
Yeah.
and be prepared with business cards.
Okay.
It's customary to exchange them with both hands
Mm.
as a sign of respect.
Those small gestures can make a big difference. Now let's talk about something a little more fun. Food. We know Singapore is a culinary paradise, but where should our listeners start?
Hawker centers are a must-try
Yeah.
for anyone visiting Singapore.
Right.
They offer this, insane variety
Right.
of delicious and assortable local dishes,
Yeah.
all in a really vibrant, bustling atmosphere.
I love the energy of hawker centers. It's like a food adventure waiting to happen. And if you're looking for a more upscale dining experience for a business dinner, Singapore has a thriving fine dining scene as well.
For sure.
From Michelin-starred restaurants to trendy cafes, there's something to suit every taste and budget. But no matter where you choose to eat in Singapore, one crucial tip: stay hydrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Super important.
Singapore's humidity can be intense.
Yeah.
Make sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day, for sure.
Right.
And don't be afraid to try some of those, refreshing local drinks,
Right.
like coconut water or sugarcane juice.
Delicious.
They're delicious and perfect for beating the heat. Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with one final thought. Singapore is a country that seamlessly blends tradition and modernity. So while you're busy with your business agenda, take some time to explore the cultural gems, soak in the vibrant atmosphere, and embrace the unique experiences this amazing city-state has to offer.
Well said. We hope this deep dive has given you all the info you need to plan a successful and enjoyable business trip to Singapore.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground here.
We did.
But remember, Singapore has something for everyone. So embrace the energy, explore with an open mind, and get ready to create some unforgettable memories.
Life travels.
And we'll catch you on our next deep dive adventure.